Hello, Mike and Neil of Dice. This is Kerbal Space Program. Still playing around with the scenarios of 1.1, Kerbal Space Program 1.1.2.1260. I just want to see what the prospecting on Eeloo one does. I suspect this is one of the ones where I would be expected essentially just be spending like hours and hours and hours playing with it. But I just largely want to see what we've got. Let's have a quick. So the main thing is quite clearly the resource scanner. Where is Eeloo? Eeloo's, I believe, the kind of the Pluto of the Kerbin solar system. So yeah, it's very far away. Beyond Jewel. Oh, got some asteroids going on there. I didn't realise that the Kerbin solar system is, not that easy to necessarily give a one-to-one. Obviously, Moho's Mercury, and then there's E, which is Venus, and then there's Kerbin, which is Earth, and there's Juno, and then there's what's this Dres thing doing in here? I guess Dres is Dres is basically where the asteroid belt would be, and then there's Jewel, and then you don't have Saturn, and you don't have Uranus, you don't have Neptune, and then you got Eeloo, which is kind of vaguely Pluto-ish. Because it's far out and has the eccentric orbit which you get with Eeloo, with Pluto. Dres is a bit of a weird. Dres is quite eccentric as well. How interesting! I don't know. Mainly, I was checking that out to see what other things there are. So this is the resource map of Eeloo. Where do we get to change things? Oh, there we go. So I double clicked on Eeloo itself, you see. So then you can start, it's really only useful when you start doing cut-offs and say, oh, well, I only want to see things that are over 50%, and then you can see various hotspots you may want to go check out. Don't know why they start off with this style here, this kind of stripy style, or even the dots. This seems to be the only mode that makes any sense to me. Ooh, so there's a couple of spots with like loads. Stuff about Eeloo I did not know. Some interesting things, so there you go. And I think, right, let's put on SAS and just want to move it so it's got a good, there we go. We'll go around this way. Woo. What are you? Oh, radial decoupler. Why have I got stuff added to the radial decoupler? I'm trying to work out if this is itself a rover. The wheels, it's got wheels, as you can see. Stay put, Nick. Are these individual separate rovers? Yeah, I think they are. So the coupler would decouple them. Right, so got some landing legs. interestingly, they're all linked. Okay, radially. So I right-clicked on one of them, and they all. Okay. So you could land the thing. Don't know whether I can land this in a reasonable time. Especially as I would want to do it on the day side. Well, then again, it won't really matter. I won't really be landing in the night side, will I? Well, okay, that's a bit night-sidey. Give this a go. I have no idea what. Okay, we'll leave that for a little bit. How much fuel we got? Loads of fuel. And got monoprop as well, so that's fine. So we've got 3 seconds left of this burn to do, and so we can wait until we've got about a second left of until we get to the nodes. That's fine. Now, what I'm hoping is that we don't actually smash into the ground. That would be somewhat embarrassing. So let's walk to here. And we want to aim retrograde. But it won't do that until we've stopped warping. So. Now, my difficulty in landing, amongst other things, is that from the map view, I really don't know if I'm going to be smashing into anything. Right, so let's put a move on there. Surface 625. So I want to. Well, what I could do is I could start effectively doing a. So it's going to take me a couple of minutes to do a button that's actually going to slow me down completely. I think, a little bit. It seemed that, you know, because changing my orbit took so little time, took a second, I just kind of assumed everything would be just easy peasy, but clearly not. Right, so it's going to about 5 minutes of burn, and if I was going to do that as an actual node, I would need to go for about an hour. So what I'm going to try, what I'd want to do is some kind of almost a constant altitude, but that is going to be somewhat difficult to do without having some of the information that you would normally only get from Kerbal Engineer or MechJet. So basically I am burning horizontally, and now I'm going to go start taking care of my vertical, because I don't know what my vertical speed is. Right, so I'm about to start heading directly downwards, and I'm still I can get rid of the maneuver now. Right, so retrograde now, as far as I can tell, is pretty much straight up and down. Let's put my gear out. Now there's a few things I don't know. I've suddenly realised, like what the height is here. So I'm not going to be able to do a suicide burn because I don't know. I know what my velocity, my height above sea level is, but I don't know what sea level is here. Sorry, I don't know how high this mountain is, or the landscape I'm on top of. So I'm probably being a little wasteful because I just don't know when I should. Oh, there we go. So I was actually losing the clothes. Oh. There's my shadow. Oh, and then we're down. Now I suddenly realise I don't need this anymore. Retract scanner. Oh, did my keys go? I thought I had my keys out. Okay. All right, let's put my gears out. Now there's this. Okay, so that. Ah, I see. Okay. I should have. I quite clearly should have. I should have detached all of this. Oh, I should have detached all of that first. In the I should have detached all of that in orbit. Right, here's the thing. Whoa. Oh, technically. Oh. I lost my everything. Right, so that's that dead. Sad, there you go. Alright, so, but there is all of these things. Alright. And there are all of these radial decouplers. Let's go around here where I can see. Right, that's a radial decoupler, so let's decouple that. Oh, and that becomes a state, that becomes a little rover. Oh. Oh. Should we put the brakes on? So there you go. This is now a little rover with exactly one bit of science. So this is obviously very much dependent on being. This is they were very clearly interested only in resource management. So I can now head off. Let's look at the map view. Where are we? South? There we go. So we're very far away from any of the ore that we might have been interested in looking at, but that's fine. So I suspect what I was meant to do. Oh. I suspect what I was meant to do. Was drop these off. Get rid of the leave that orbit, leave the top section with the actual resource scanner off in orbit, and then this would bop around maybe and drop these little tiny rovers off, and they could do scanning. So yeah, you drop these off at various intervals. Whoa! Gravity's so low that just turning too hard and you'll flip. I'll put SAS on, but I don't know if it's got reaction wheels or if the reaction wheels it's got are enough to get it back up on its feet. But it looks like it might. That might not be the SAS doing that, of course. Going all sorts of weird directions. I think part of the problem is that the gravity is quite low on Eeloo, and so if you turn too hard, you can end up flipping. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can't do it. Go the other way. We seem to be stuck. We won't have electricity or something. No, we're fine. I think we have got ourselves slightly embedded in the actual landscape, which is why we're not going anywhere. Well, there you go. That's a kind of an interesting little setup. Oh, working. Who's that? There we go. Going to see if I can go rescue it by ramming it with another one. Wow, these are kind of hard to control. Very often they steer the exact opposite way that you think they should, which is a bit weird. So that's the exact opposite way that I'm I think it's because of the steering on the back wheel. Might be a little confused. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know what way that is steering. just going to see if I can... oh, see, again, it's steering the exact opposite way. That is really weird. But I can't steer too tightly or I will fall over it. Anyway, this is all very silly. So that was actually kind of neat. I was impressed by that. Could have come with some instructions. That would have been nice. Whoa! That wasn't quite what I had in mind. Which way are we going to land? Very easy with the tripod to end up turning over. No, come on, come on. I think the rescue is going to need rescued from this thing. Anyway, this is a little bit of silliness. Thanks very much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. Come visit Neil F. Dice at neilfdice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. I have not, in fact, saved the situation at all. Everything is terrible. I'm now 2 for 2. Actually, I think the problem is these don't actually have reaction wheels on them. It's only the wheels on them. Anyway, there we go. You can find links to the Facebook and Twitter in the notes for the video. And until next time, reach for the stars and try and drive better than I do.